It's the 3/11th, 2024. For this here Farlands or Bust live stream, we just had a tier 6, level 6, first class bullet hype train. But we're also on a not so bullet hype train to the Farlands. We left off at 57,503.6 megabytes. Has anything happened on the Tiltify? Nothing new, but we're still at $4,243.88 for our direct relief charity. And of course, March 11th at 3:11 p.m. Eastern Time is when we started last year's subathon flobathon, in case you're wondering where we're at in relation to that. I'm thinking of starting this next one on the 28th, which is the anniversary of when we actually started walking to the Farlands in Farlands or Bust 13 years ago. On account of the fact that I'm still quite nasally and the girlfriend is now sick with the cold and a whole bunch of other things going on. So hopefully that'll work out a little bit easier for us. Also, I have to plan it. I plan it. Anyway, but there's far more interesting and important pressing things to discuss. So let's get our woofs ready. Woof! Woof indeed. Wolfie's ready. Let's get out of the last stream's hidey hole. Secure it. Grab Wolfie. Get rid of some junk. And continue west. Towards the Farlands here in Minecraft Beta 173. If I've not already said that. I still feel very nasally. I can hear it. I can hear it in my ears through the microphone. Indeed. But I need to start off today with our main story. Who here has seen the new Fritos ads? The commercials for Fritos. I've seen them. They're on Paramount Plus. Haven't seen them. Groundhog Day thing. No. That's for Doritos. You're thinking about Doritos. You're not in a country that sells Fritos. Well, then you wouldn't see them. Anyway, Fritos, you know what Fritos are. The little corn chips. Little tiny corn chips. But I started seeing these ads, and I'm assuming they made the ad for the Super Bowl. So not only did they make these ads, but then they paid $7 million for 30 seconds of a Super Bowl spot. But all of a sudden, these Frito ads I thought were like a joke, because they're Fritos, right? They're Fritos. They're little corn chips, very salty corn chips. But they're very serious. It's very Western. There's cowboys. There's cattle wrangling. They're riding horses. It gets people talking about it. True, but it's not in a good way, I don't think. I just laugh. I laugh the first time I saw it, and I laugh every single time I continue to see it. But it's you know, who's that one actor with the big mustache who's always in all the westerns, who's got a distinct voice? But he's like the spokesperson for it. I had to look it up too. Apparently they hired Sam Elliott, thank you. They hired the director of Yellowstone, which apparently, like, Yellowstone and, like, there are related series, which are all Westerns and stuff. But it's very much like America. Get up, it takes a certain kind of man to ride a horse. And we're feeding that man. We feed America with the same simple ingredients as Samuel Frito did back in the day. And it's cowboys, and then they come back to camp and they're just pouring like Fritos on their chili beans. Which you do that, you put Fritos on chili, I get it. But I thought there was going... Yes, thank you for linking it. And it's so super serious. And it's so hilarious because they're Fritos. Like it's like a truck commercial or like a beer commercial or something where it's trying to be like, you're an American. America. Corn chips. And I just find it hilarious. But yeah, I looked it up and apparently the director of Yellowstone directed the commercial and they got Sam Elliott to do the voiceover. Just me knowing how the advertising industry works and how stuff gets made, I'm just imagining the meetings, the months, if not years of meetings at the Frito-Lay company with whatever ad agency they hired for millions of dollars, sitting around deciding that this is what they want and this is how they're going to pivot their brand from like corn chips that you get at a gas station when you're on a road trip to like cowboys, the West, America, chili beans, you know, like that. These are all decisions that were made by white men in offices wearing suits who were 100% serious about it. Is there not...
America chip.
The America chip. We know that's the sun chip. I just find... I can't stop laughing at it. It's just so serious and ridiculous. Conversely, we've talked about, like, the ridiculousness of medication ads and Ozempic ads and whatever. Like, those I almost feel like they know they're ridiculous and they're made so hastily and quickly and on such a tight budget that it doesn't matter. But this was very well thought out. And like I said, they got some like fancy pants Western director. And I'm just imagining those meetings and like, I want to know what the other ideas were that they scrapped and how many of the people in those meetings were like, are they freaking serious right now? Like, did anybody not stop? And like, what are we doing? Why do we have Sam Elliott? What is this copy that we're writing? For Fritos. For Fritos. I thought there was going to be a punchline the first time I watched it, and then when there wasn't, I was like, what in the hell just happened? Am I in an alternate dimension? I feel like I'm... What was in those Fritos, you know? And don't get me wrong, I like Fritos. They're actually gluten-free. Because they're corn chips. But also, there is, like, a whole contingent of, like, the corn lobby an industry, you know, that I'm sure maybe helped them fund that. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, that's why our ethanol fuel is made out of corn and not something that's more useful and energy dense. Because corn means America. Cornfields, farmers, farm subsidies, migrant workers, America. And I don't know, the cynical side of me, Frito-Lay is big corn, right? I mean, there's that cynical side of me, but there's also the cynical side of me almost makes me think, because when you, in advertising, it's not like somebody just is like, I want to make a Western ad. There's like focus groups and charts and target audience studies. So like the pessimist in me is like, oh, they think like Trump is going to be president again, and it's going to be, they're going for the conservative snack market. So America and cowboys, when men could ride horses, and you didn't see anybody with brown skin. You know, like, that's kind of like, also like, it's got a little bit of that vibe, a little bit of the Marlboro Man vibe to it. Right. And even like the Yellowstone show is very probable. I don't know. I never watched it, but it feels very like that's the target audience for that kind of show. I haven't done my due diligence to check up on everybody or whatever, but it's just ridiculousness. Spooky noises. Oh, chickens. I don't know. I've never taken anything that seriously. as seriously as the Frito-Lay's company took these commercials and are trying to pivot themselves as their brand marketing. And I guess it's just seriousness in general. I don't see how anybody could be serious about anything anymore. Right? I mean...
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
Are you serious? Yes, serious as a corn chip.
I'm as serious as a corn chip on a Cowboy's chili bowl. I don't know, and maybe that's like a defense mechanism, because if I do start to think seriously and take things seriously, it'll give me a nervous breakdown. It's just madness. It's like, I'm kind of sad that I seem to be the only one who noticed. Maybe not who noticed, but who, like, it bothered me enough to make me want to point it out. I was hoping I would just be like, I would just be able to say the word Fritos commercial and everybody would be like, I know, right? What's up with that? Like it's some sort of shared fever dream. True, that's another thing. Yeah, I mean, we do have the ad-supported streaming services, so you think Twitch pays enough for me to get the ad-free versions of these streaming services? So yeah, that's my experience so far with Fritos advertisement. I mean, and also it must have been for the Super Bowl, because that's after when I started to see them. And I know the Super Bowl was very, like, I don't know. It was focused on by a particular group of people as being us versus them. It is very, it's just so very, very. The ads launched in December. Alright, whoop, I muted everybody. Well, I guess I'm incorrect. But anyway. That, I every time it comes back up, I start laughing again. Especially because we're watching something ridiculous like Star Trek. So then to be faced with actual real life ridiculousness, I lose my control. I lose my giblets. How close is he? Somebody do an F3 in chat. Almost a year ago, I was at 7.4-ish million blocks. Since 1932, Fritos has begun feeding the cowboy spirit with simple ingredients and a quality product. That's kind of also how and why Munch Squad works. On Bam Bam. Because those press releases are themselves so ridiculous and kind of having a quasi background in advertising. I know how serious they take them because they have to. Like, you have to, like, believe in your product that you're selling unabashedly. Lest your profits. Your profits, not your profits. And then there are, I mean, they do it because it works. There are people who are going to see those cowboy ads and be like, yeah, I'm a cowboy. I'm going to start eating Fritos. Let's go get a bag of Fritos right now. Because America. And I've fallen for stuff. Not that one, but I've definitely... All of us have been advertised to. I'm a corn boy. I'm a corn dog. But that's probably one of the many reasons why I couldn't have gone into, like, advertising. It's because I can't take stuff like that seriously. Every time, if I had to work on a project like that, I'd be like, you're not serious, right? You know, I'd be like, no, but really, what's the commercial going to be? Dang it, how do I get down from here? Oh, this might work. Careful, Wolfie. He was. Oh. Oh, go on, get. Anyway. Thanks, Wolfie. I appreciate that. Although the funniest thing that ever happened with advertising on Paramount while watching Star Trek was they don't quite have the commercials cut at the right times in the natural commercial edits on the show. So like sometimes it'll cut a sentence off or like the first like half a second of the next scene. I don't remember what we were watching, but it was something, I don't know, Tuvok or something was like, let me show you something, and then it cut to a commercial, and the commercial was, what causes a curve down there? Could it be Peyronie's disease? That was hilarious. That was very funny. I only wish I could have, like, recreated it, but they shuffled the commercials and it doesn't happen the same way again. Something like that happened when you were watching Lower Decks. But yeah, with the new shows, like the new shows that are meant for streaming, like there must be some sort of built-in digital marker or something that says commercial here. But with the old shows, like Next Generation and Voyager, that were all meant to be played on broadcast television off a tape, it's a digital conversion of that tape, and there's no actual, like, the flag isn't there. The little cigarette burn or, whatever they're looking for isn't there. So either somebody or some program went in and tried to automate the commercial breaks and gets it wrong most of the time. You've seen the Chilean Star Wars beer ads, and I am not Chilean. It made the news. Well, you guys don't see commercials. I don't read the news. Or look at or whatever the news. They cut beer into Star Wars. Like, with permission? From Lucasfilm Disney? There's also a thing that happens on the internet where like a spec ad, i.e. an ad agency, is just showing off what they can do, or giving like a proposed ad but doesn't actually have the client, and this isn't like an actual real ad. So you'll see a lot of ridiculous commercials and it'll be like, I can't believe they did this for a commercial, but it's not a real commercial. It's just this ad agency uploaded it to their YouTube or whatever as like a example reel. And also, since they're an ad agency, they know how to get attention, so they put something ridiculous up there. Lucasfilm was not amused. Yeah, like that sort of stuff. You can tell because of the pixels. But I mean, people fall for real ads. People fall for the fake ones too. Think Geek. Ooh. Do they probably get bought by Amazon or something and then get shut down? GameStop. I had to is a strong word, but I bought something from Woot recently. I just wanted to get an extra battery for my my old Canon camera, and I was just trying to Google, you know, somewhere that wasn't eBay that, you know, was like suspicious for like a cheap one that isn't $70 direct from Amazon or Canon. And Woot came up that they had a bunch of them for like 15 bucks each. And I didn't remember, like, it's like, this username or this email already has an account on Woot. I'm like, I don't remember the account name. Like, I used Woot back before it got bought by Amazon. But I got some genuine Canon batteries on Woot. They just happen to have the specific one I needed. I got advertised too. Let's swim across to here. I don't feel like making another boat. Ooh, get rustled upon, everybody. My tea warmer hasn't arrived yet. I need pigs? No. Does Wolfie need food? No. Alright. So be it. Yeah, I don't know that this giant mug is going to fit in there, but I have smaller mugs. Oof. So many pigs. They're like, you sure are gonna regret not getting these pigs. They're the last ones you'll see. Did I eat that? I don't know. Woo! He jumped the chicken. Thank you for hanging out, Mux. Ooh. Getting very landscapey around here. Something someone could paint. Listen. Oh, Perhaps this way is not the way to go.
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
These lands are looking rather scapy.
Scapey. Oh, wait a minute. I need to make the beds. Alrighty. Snoring noises. Oops. Let me fix that. That's the wrong way. Excuse me, sir. A lot of sheep. Many sheepish. What else is new? Oh yeah, somebody at the beginning mentioned that the Oscars were yesterday. I didn't watch, obviously. That single thing. And again, sometimes some people take a little bit too seriously. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that Godzilla -1 movie. Definitely watch that one whenever it's available. What's I didn't see what won the best picture. Was it Oppenheimer? Interesting. I didn't think it was that good. Like, it was good, but I didn't think it was like a great film. I thought the dialogue was very sloppy and like too fast, especially in like the first half. Like there were no pauses, and that's the thing. Christopher Nolan is not known for good dialogue or plot. But it's about America. It's an American story about America. Ooh. Fritos fed the Manhattan Project. Indeed. Oh, hello. That was a weird place for you to spawn, Wolfie. What else is new? What else, I say, and ask and declare such things as these? Oop. Egg shortages. I almost bought eggs today. They were too expensive. Apparently Washington State passed a law that said you can only sell cage-free eggs. So that's the excuse the egg manufacturers are making in our state for raising prices and availability. Timo Warner has perfected your cheeseburger making in the last month or so? How many cheeseburgers do you make in a month? Like how to have practiced. I'm just imagining you throwing a bunch of hamburgers in the garbage. Like, no! Imperfect! Start over! Gah! Oop. Eight or so in the last month? Well, that's... You're eating 2 cheeseburgers per week. At that rate. Do you mind, are you going to share your technique? Or is that a trade secret? Others must toil in the cheeseburger mines in order to perfect their own. One cheese added to one burger. End of recipe. Homemade burger sauce. Mustard to the patty. Sweet onion and iceberg lettuce on a brioche bun. Are you making your own meat, or are you just taking pre-made meat patties? Pre-ground beef. So you're forming the patties by hand. Is this a grill situation, or are you stovetopping? Steamed hams? Mustard fried is a secret menu option? Interesting. And fried. That just makes too much smoke. Every time it's like, we want to make burgers, but like we're out of grill gas or it's cold outside. Splatter everywhere. Well, yeah. You got hamburger experiments going on. Your apartment is gonna smell like grease. Gotta make sure you get your hamburger deposit back. Ooh, perfect. I finally thawed the whole chicken. I know I was going to use it to do my 1800s cooking, but I couldn't wait. I thawed my whole chicken that I've had in the freezer for like 6 months. I spatchcocked it, and it's currently dry brining in the fridge. And then tonight I'm just going to oven roast it. A whole ass chicken. What do you do? I didn't realize. I thought it was just like with turkeys, but apparently you buy a whole chicken. It also comes with the giblets and the neck, the chicken neck. What do you do with those? Like, other than just throw them away? Soup? But you need more than just one for soup. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna start collecting chicken necks. The giblets? Save the skins and bones plus the neck. Well, we're going to eat the skin. You boil them and you've got a broth going. But then you've got to use the broth for something else. Instead of, you know, just buying chicken broth for $1.49 at the store. And being done with it. But what about the giblets? I don't know what to do with the giblets. Giblets can also be boiled for broth. Giblets can be turned into cat food. Not for these cats. Trying to reduce the amount of weird stuff they eat. So we can figure out what the heck's wrong with them. Gibletchuckers.com. Boil the giblets and eat them with the chicken? Do love a liver. And a heart, I guess. Ooh. Cell phone interference. One more bed. Ooh. Oops. An extra sturdy elevator. Oh, extra sturdy and extra long. Didn't mean to do that. What else? Anything else new? Not now, sorry. Nothing new until tomorrow? Future new. Murder. Your daughter has become interested in astronomy. Nerd. Ah, no, that's good. Just don't get a crappy telescope because that'll turn her away. As it did for me. Bert, do you avoid meatballs in case they have gluten? I mean, I avoid anything in case it has gluten. I check stuff if it has gluten. From what I'm aware, the store-bought meatballs are gluten-free that I've seen. I demand a high breadcrumb to meat ratio in homemade meatballs. Right, well, I mean, some of them do. First interest is geology. Planetary geology. A combination of both. Exoplanetary geology. Meat. I say cool beans. Right. It would have to be. It would interplanetary, uh, exoplanetary geology would have to take place with interferometry. That word. Oof. Oh, careful, Wolfie. Jeez. I have a feeling I'm going to regret going this way. I'm going to get trapped. Maybe through there. Or up there. Oh, careful, Wolfie. Don't start climbing the waterfall. We did it. When does Tomb Raider 3 start? I don't know. Maybe after... Whoa, maybe after this. If I survive. We did the Tomb Raider 3 house yesterday. Ooh. That's weird. All right, that's interesting. The land is clouds. The land is clouds. Land is clouds, torch is water. Sorry. Spooky noises. Find a spot. God. All right, it's facing the wrong way, but this will have to do. Have a seat. Beep, 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 beep. All right, let's make some beds. Ooh, I just got a headache. Ugh. And some oats. It's fine. Remember that time? When was that time? Was that during the Flobathon? Where we were out when it was dark for like a long time? And like nothing was spawning? Like I needed things to spawn and they weren't spawning? Just because there's that radius of like that stuff won't spawn near the player. It's this that's most dangerous. If I where I made the hidey hole is if there's actually like a cave I can't see and something's going to spawn next to me while I sleep. So let's find out if that's actually happened. Go to sleep and back up the world. It was safe. Survey says safe. 57,581.9 megabytes.